the history of Western civilization is mainly Christian, and that the external forces, for instance, the spread of Islam non-violently or violently, and the challenge of Islam and the message of Islam to Western civilization can be countered and should be countered with the message of Western civilization, which is essentially Christian.
I do
and
not
in
like
that sense, I think there are more people who agree with me, but that is on the societal level.
I don't
and then
like that at all.
on the civilizational level, I think that every moral, you've used yourself, Richard, the phrase lately that there is moral Christianity and there is cultural Christianity. And when moral and cultural Christianity collides with moral and cultural Islam, or moral and cultural Confucianism, or cultural authoritarianism, I think then perhaps we're on the same page about that might be a way of countering it.
Yes.
Yeah, that's super frustrating to me. I 100% push back on the idea of Christianity being tied to Western morality, because first of all, Western morality is actually more predicated on empiricism and the individualism that resulted from a highly rational and material framework of the Enlightenment. That's why we have individualization issues. That's why we have isolation issues. That's why we have such a highly technological society. It is because of the Enlightenment, the scientific revolution. The idea of Western society, which really should not even be propped up as a better form of morality than the rest of the world, since it's also hand in hand with imperialism and colonialism, first of all. The idea of suggesting that Western society is inherently better because it's Christian just has so many layers that I just fundamentally disagree with so hard. And again, I understand she's coming from a background that I cannot relate to, but it's just so frustrating because it's like, okay, so you believe in God. That's fine. That's fine if you're a theist. Why are you propping up something that, by the way, in response to Islam being more authoritarian, maybe in her experience that is true, and maybe that is the case throughout the world. I can't necessarily speak to that, but I 100% see so many authoritarian narratives within Christianity. Are you kidding me? We are talking about that all of the time on this channel, about how Christian nationalism is like one of the biggest threats to our way of life because it is combining religion and the state. It is combining church and politics. And I'm not interested in that. I think that is so harmful and so dangerous. We can agree that inequalities exist throughout history, but we do still reap the benefits of the good parts of the Enlightenment. Yes, 100%. Like, I am glad we went through the scientific revolution. I do think it is still tied to a lot of issues that we have, and that I can see how, like, even the result of the new atheism movement as a result of the scientific revolution and the Enlightenment, like, even through the new atheism movement, there's still a lot of the more spiritual and I guess you could say mystical parts of this reality of our life that we are missing, that we just need to kind of like bring back into the foray of the mainstream human zeitgeist or whatever. There are plenty of people who have a sense of morality outside of Christianity, so that is inherently flawed. Also, how about the Spanish Inquisition? How about the colonial conquest of the Catholic Church, the doctrine of discovery? How about the Salem witch trials, which were only a couple hundred years ago? Babe, only a couple hundred years ago. That's not that like super far in the past where we had people being put to death because of their gender according to their fucking religious interpretation. You've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. And also within the framework of Christianity, within that organization itself, there are so many different denominations and interpretations of the Bible that people are squabbling within Christianity itself what Christian morals actually means. The idea of Christianity being the absolute morality isn't even true within Christianity itself. I cannot handle that. The idea of Christianity being tied to some evolved and better version of morality is so frustrating and so wrong and such bullshit.
There is this bigger cultural, societal impact
here we
point
go.
that you've really been in the middle of, Richard. You came out as a cultural Christian.
Cultural Christian
or
is insane. Cultural Christian is insane. That pisses me off so much too on Richard Dawkins' behalf. Cultural Christian pisses me the fuck off. Oh my God, I was a cultural Christian, which meant I was white supremacist, which meant I was like a heteronormative supremacist. Oh my God, that pisses me off so much. That pisses me off so much. Cultural Christian pisses me off. I hate that. I hate it. I hate it. Oh my God. Oh my God. You tell us what you really think. Yeah. Am I being chill? I don't care. That pisses me off so much. And this is why I wanted to watch this video, because I know this is like a year old at this point. But there's so much about Richard Dawkins that I really push back on, and I think that nothing discredits him more than that claim itself. This idea of like adhering to truth but culturally being a Christian blows my fucking mind. I'm almost like the literal reverse. I push back against the culture of Christianity, and I accept that that which we don't know as truth might be more powerful than truth itself. First of all, because what do we even know about truth? What do we even know about truth beyond just what a bunch of scientists have gotten together and collectively agreed that their subjective experiences of this reality agree upon? Okay? I don't even think that we can get to the nature of objective truth, of what is actually true, without going through the subjective experiences of all of the people agreeing on the same fucking thing. Oh my God. Two transphobe, right-wing cultural Christians debate on stage, but only one of them triggers you. I don't get why, Kayse. Both of them have triggered. I've been like equally frustrated about two different things here, or about like two different people here. They both have frustrated me in different ways. I'm not chill. If you want someone chill, go find tradwife content.
I don't believe you have to have a religion. I think it's patronizing to suggest that people do need a religion. But if they do need a religion, then I'd rather it was Christianity than anything else.
Oh my God. Richard. That breaks down everything we've been working for, bro. That's not cool at all. Oh my God. That's crazy, because you know what? I don't think we need religion either. But if I had to choose a religion, it would not be monotheistic or patriarchal, bro. Are you fucking kidding me? What about paganism at the very fucking least? What about Wiccans? What about whatever else there is? Oh my God. Of course you would pick Christianity, because that's patriarchal and that props up the ideas that you benefit from. You've got me fucked up. Richard,